Guys, this is Trisha Jill Roberts, and today I'm coming to you with the third episode of my wellness and transformation blog, Thoughts on Everything. Today's episode is called S.A.F.E or S.A.F E, or what I sometimes like to say, SAFE is a four-letter word, right? So I got the idea for some of this when my daughter told me that she wanted to go to Florida. And I know that we've been in quarantine in and off, right, for on and off for a while. But of course my first reaction was, no, I know she's going to be riding motorcycles. I know Florida is like the new hotspot for the pandemic. No. But then of course I had to think about it, right? Put on my appropriate mommy mental health cap. And I really had to realize that I had the choice between her staying home and really not interacting with people and nature as much as I would like her to, or allowing her to go to Florida and live, right? So first, let me warn you, I'm outside of my patio and there is a little bit of a storm brewing, but I'm gonna try to keep going. But so that was kind of what made me think about this. Like, what does it really mean to be safe? And is safe even a real thing? And then it took me back to when I was a kid. I remember being about 12 years old. I went to Canada with my family, my dad, and my mom and my sisters. And we went to visit Niagara Falls and all that kind of good stuff. But I remember being in Toronto, and I talked about in my self-help memoir, Thinking Outside the Chrysalis, A Black Woman's Guide to Spreading Her Wings, shameless plug, that I was an assault victim as a child. So I remember when I was 12 asking my father if there was crime in Canada. And of course, he had to tell me, well, yeah, there's crime everywhere. But I feel like in that moment, it really stuck with me that in this world that is so profoundly beautiful, glorious sunrises and sunsets and beautiful babies and bunnies and amazing trees and just this world full of love and abundance and inspiration and just all this juicy goodness, was also the same world that had death and crime and war and killings and violence. So I think at that point something in me clicked, where it's kind of like two sides to a coin. And if you want to be in this world and really live, you have to accept the duality, right? That there is this profound beauty, but there is also this injustice, this cruelty, So that was a moment for me. And I guess in the decision to allow my daughter to live her life the same way that I want to live my life, and we all want to live our lives, was I had to accept both sides of the equation and allow her to go and let her go. My next book that I'm working on is called Raising Caterpillars, A Black Woman's Guide to Inspired Parenting. And I'm going to explore more of those options around parenting, because I think one of the biggest pieces of parenting is really the ability to let go. We do all this nurturing and protecting and providing, but all along the way, we have to let go. We let go in infancy, we let go of the toddler, just allowing our kids to grow up and become adults. So that was another kind of thing that I've been thinking about. But then the other thing too was this illusion of safety that we have. And that's why I call it a four-letter word, because it's not real. And I think the quest for it kind of keeps you from really living. So when I had my fitness franchise a few years back, one of my clients told me that she injured herself permanently by falling off her living room sofa. And when I heard that, that was like the craziest thing I had ever heard. It's still crazy to me. But at the same time, I know that accidents are one of the leading causes of death, you know? So people die falling down in the bathtub, falling off ladders, I guess driving, you know, of course, cars and that kind of thing, but slipping and falling, walking. So how do you really guarantee safety? Even if you stay in your house, right? Even if you're sitting on your sofa, there's no way to really guarantee this idea of safety. However, we could chase it around and drive ourselves crazy and lose the ability to really live and enjoy, you know, enjoy our lives. I've done, I guess what some people would call like thrill-seeking activities, more when I was younger, maybe not so much now, although I will get on all the roller coasters if you let me. But when I was younger, I did like skydiving and hang gliding and stuff like that, parasailing. You know, I always wanted to enjoy my life. And you don't have to go out and do all of those things, but you do want to find that kind of that space between feeling safe or pursuing safety and living, right? So once you find that place where you can play in, then you can really begin to expand and have a juicy, delicious, joyful, exciting life. Another thing that popped into my head when I was writing, you know, the blog S.A.F.E, was so many times we think we're safe, not just with the accident situation, but of course, and here's the rain coming. I hope that this is just gonna make this sound delicious and you can just like relax to it and feel amazing. Let me put my candle out. But so, like, when I was a kid in Brooklyn, I used to go to the corner store all the time. It was not a big deal. We thought that that was a perfectly safe thing to do when I was 8 years old, 9 years old. So when we look at things like the murder of Trayvon Martin, which was, I mean, devastating to me, and I would like to believe devastating to the world. This was a situation where he should have been safe. When we look at young Tamir Rice, who was killed, you know, right outside his neighborhood playing with a toy, he should have been safe. When we look at Breonna Taylor sleeping in her bed and we pray for justice for her, she should have been safe, right? Ahmaud Arbery taking a job in his neighborhood should have been safe. So I say all that to say that this idea of really being safe is never going to be true. There's no way to guarantee our own safety. So you got to find that space in the middle of going crazy and taking appropriate precautions, you know, wearing your mask, wearing protective gear, making calculated decisions. If you're anything like me, I like to Google statistics, because then I'll be like, well, it's a 0.0001% chance I'll fall in the bathtub. I'm gonna take myself a bubble bath. You know what I mean? So, you know, use your data, find your space in the middle, acknowledge both sides of the coin, and then just go out and live your absolute best life. I hope you guys enjoyed today's blog. If you want to read the actual traditional blog, it's on my website, which is Honey Butterflies, HONEY, butter, FLYZ.com. And if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear from you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.